Hello, welcome back. So today I'm going to be installing a windshield banner on the car, which originally this would be a day one project if I had not been rear-ended. So today I've got this banner all ready to go. It is a one color die cut banner. It's in matte black, so basically the white Spinnywhoosh text you see here, the glass will show through and you'll be able to see through it. This is also a custom text milli banner, as I believe I call it. This is available on the website to insert your own custom text. And basically it's using the old classic Milwaukee font. Love the way it looks. Really excited to see this on the car, so let's get started. The tools that I'll need for this job today are all add-on items that I have available on the website through purchasing any of the banners. Basically, I have an add-on item, check a box, for the installation bundle. It includes a Spinnywhoosh water bottle, a little clicky blade for trimming, and of course, handy dandy Spinnywhoosh squeegee. Don't leave home without it. Hey. Things not included is you will need some blue painter's tape, I recommend, as well as spray away glass cleaner. As the son of a glass man, highly recommend this stuff. Best on the market. Hell yeah. So, I'm going to keep this sucker short and sweet. This is actually the second time I'm recording it because I forgot to turn on my mic, which looks to be on now. And yeah, so the method I'm going to be using for installation today is called a hinge method. All right? Basically involves putting painter's tape on in the center that will act. Geez, don't throw that so hard. Putting that on the center of your banner, and this will later act as a hinge, as you will see. And basically putting this in the center. And so this might take a few attempts to get it all centered and aligned perfectly. Typically, I send out 56-inch long banners, as that is a solid list universal size. I believe for this one today, though, I cut it as a 50, just knowing that my car requires a 50-inch banner, and it saved me a little bit of material. Sure, not a big deal, but so basically you'll go back and forth and determine. I'm trying to line it up with the ends here. What I do is pull it up as far as possible, just enough to cover the ends. Basically, this will result in your top of the windshield in the center to be about 2 to 3 inches lower, which you will end up trimming once installed. This is pretty typical, and honestly, if you didn't want such a tall banner, you could pull it up even further, so long as it doesn't interfere with the text, and you'll have yourself a shorter banner. Fair enough. So this looks pretty good on this side. I think I have just enough, and I'm actually going to pop in the car as well. As I said, you know, you can make the banner shorter if you want to make the banner shorter, and it doesn't obstruct your view as much. The good part about these one color die cut banners is basically you can see the traffic lights through the text. Simple enough. I really just enjoy the contrast of the matte black material to the gloss of the windshield. And if you watched any of my videos before, I'm sure you already know how I feel about that. But that looks pretty set. Let me take a look from the inside. That's pretty sweet. Okay. All right. I think I'll bring you guys in after I get this installed just to show you how it looks from the inside of the vehicle. But come in a little closer. So, as I said before, this will basically act as a hinge, and I've got 2 pieces of tape on that side just to allow it to be a little bit more secure. At this point, this side doesn't need all that much tape. I think I will put one more further down, because when you're doing this, it would really suck for it to shift and you just mess up your complete alignment. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the application tape up along with the vinyl, leaving the backing down. At this point, pulling up, You may run into the instance of which the vinyl wants to stick to the backing. Not too common, but it does happen. It basically means that the cutter was cutting a little bit too deep. And if something like that happens, basically you'll just stick it down, press it from the other side to allow it to stick better to the application tape, allowing you to pull it up easier. So, let's go ahead, pull this back. And at this point, I would like to tape that side, but I don't feel like walking around again. But looks like I've used this blade a few times. I'm gonna go ahead, break a piece off. This will lose that piece of blade forever inside of my car. Awesome. And it will create a new blade. Sick. Of which I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice clean cut there. Not too far, don't cut your paint. Don't do it. It's a trap. So at this point, the reason, make sure that you cut it with a blade, as if you tear it, you can tear it, sure, you're gonna have paper particles all over the place. This will stick to the adhesive. It will look terrible. It'll look like you have a bunch of dirt underneath your frickin', vinyl. You don't want that. I am going to do one last quick sweep around the edges. Like I said, I cleaned this earlier. However, the last install I did on my ND Miata resulted in a bunch of dirt around the outside and just didn't look very good. But that's all set. It looks like some paper particles did make their way here. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that's all just gently cleaned up. Okay, so for the next step, as I had mentioned, this is going to be a wet install. Maybe I didn't mention it, but I am now. This is where the spray bottle comes in. You can just fill it up with tap water. You don't need soap or anything, it's okay. And give it a good spray, both on the vinyl. I got an ant on the freaking car. Both on the vinyl and on the glass. Do not get the paper wet. Don't do it. It's a trap. As I proceed to get wet. Just don't get it soaking wet. Basically, that will cause the paper to disintegrate and it will get on the vinyl, making it look like shit. Ask me how I know. I've done it. Don't go there. Don't do it. All right, so I'm just gonna give it one solid swipe down. Yes, the alignment stayed perfectly. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and do another swipe along the top that'll go along the molding of the glass. I saw it was starting to kink up there. It's not that kind of kink. Get your head out of the gutter. And we're gonna go ahead and just squeegee it towards into the molding here. Perfect, freaking perfect. I'm gonna squeegee down. Let's cause some water to come out. Any water remaining will just come out and the adhesive will adhere perfectly to the glass. Hell yes, let's go. I had a little issue there. Okay, so just make sure it's nice and secure around the edges. This is kind of the tricky part with water installs, is you just want to make sure all the water's out. That way there's no bubbles left over. And this is the perfect time to do it because the application taping on, you won't scratch the vinyl. All right, first side is done. I'm gonna remove the hinge tape here. You see why I call it a hinge? Yeah? Okay. I don't know if it's actually called a hinge method. That's just what I call it. But hey, I guess you could say I'm the expert. Oof. So like I said, make sure all your tools are on this side now. And I should have cut it a little bit further over. See, now, as I was saying, don't get the paper wet. I got the paper wet. There's a little bit of paper scrap on the back there. It's okay. You can get rid of that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rest of the paper off onto this side. Well, honestly, this is where the second hand comes on, just so you don't have to run back and forth consistently. It's really annoying. If you have a second hand, they can just basically pull that off for you. And I need my water. So basically the water here, I have some paper scrap left over from getting that backing paper wet. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this nice and wet so that if anything happens, like if it were to fold over onto itself as it's being wet, you're okay. So I'm just gonna use my hand here and just slowly pick off these tiny particles of paper. And it came off perfectly. So, like, vinyl adhesive is interesting like that. It's forgiving. You know, it's wet right now, but obviously the water doesn't affect it too much. Well, the water doesn't affect the adhesive. You know, you can just squeegee out the water and you're good to go. That cut. Now, with all that done, it should be good to go. Like I said, I've already squeegeed or applied water to that surface. And so I didn't have to worry about it folding over itself. I'm gonna use the hard side again. I'm just gonna do one clean swipe. And it looks like the alignment was perfect. The reason why I say the alignment is, you know, your original alignment, making sure that it clears and it isn't leaving any spaces for the light to shine through. That's the worst look. You know, I've seen a lot of banners over the years where they'll just cut it flat, like not a curve to it, and you have to apply the curve to banners to basically allow them to contour the windshields, and all of my banners include that nice curve. So, just gonna keep squeegeeing out all of the water. Hey, not bad, man, not bad. Whew. Not bad at all. That was really good. I don't believe there will be any water spots, any bubbles underneath. Nobody likes bubbles. Bubbles are the worst part of installing vinyl. But with the water, if you had successfully squeegeed it out, you shouldn't have any issues with any bubbles. All right. At this point, I probably could have trimmed it already, but this just keeps on wanting to pull up here. This should be okay. I just need to get the full side of the application tape off. Okay. And it looks like I just need to. Awesome. So there were a couple spots here that wanted to come up, but I'm going to use the felt side and go ahead and bring that all back down. Yeah. So basically, once the paper's off, it'll allow it to do that. It's less thick. I see there's still water wanting to form up around there. That's okay. So, yes, it's still wanting to come up here. And you see that, so I had a piece of the inner lettering of the S wanting to come up. This might be a trickier one, but hey, that's why I do these videos. Ooh, that came right up. Yeah, this is, I think I had some cleaner on this windshield. I just clay barred the windshield. So this might bring up some issues. Before applying any vinyl to a car, don't wax the car, don't ceramic coat it. Vinyl doesn't stick well. I'm having this issue now. But it should be okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a heat gun to it, and that should warm up any water that is there, allowing it to come out better. Whew, it's already hot in here. All right, so in some instances of installing vinyl, a heat gun is recommended for certain cases. Go ahead and blast this and warm it up now. And hopefully it should help adhere the adhesive, activate the adhesive, you know? Alright, this should do it. Alright, so like I said, hopefully that helped. It is a bit warmer. Activate the adhesive to stick onto the windshield. Hey, that worked out pretty nice actually. Yes, that did it. Awesome. That was worrisome a bit. Worrisome? Do you have a, I'm expecting a few little things to come up like that, but it's okay. So just carefully pulling back. Cut. All right. So just slowly pulling back the tape here and just being cautious of any vinyl that may come up along the way. That is perfectly okay. And of course you're pulling the tape back against itself to allow all the pieces to stay down. Alright. Just slowly pulling back this application tape. It looks like the heat had helped. If you don't have a heat gun, perhaps try rolling the car outside into the sun, let it bake on a little bit, but I haven't really had this issue in quite a while, and I would definitely, I would say the culprit was I clay barred the car before doing this. I had some overspray on the windshield from taking it into paint. Happens. And yeah, oh, this side's really sticking well. Okay, awesome. So this worked out really well. Yeah. Not bad. If you have any extra little bumps here and there, any bubbles or water under the vinyl, it's just time to take it out. You'll just slowly squeegee some spots. Let me zoom into this just so you know what I mean. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the camera now, but I want to show you because you will run across a few bubbles. I just want to let you know that's okay. So I have two. I wish I could show you a little better, but I have two little bubbles here. You might be able to see the water come up from under the vinyl, and that was it. I had one little one here. Ooh. The vinyl is a little hot now, isn't it? Yes. I went ahead and squeegeed all that down. Not bad at all. I'm just wanting to make sure everything at the top stays right before we trim it. Make sure all the water comes out of that. Yeah. So this is, as I said, the one color die cut banner. That is such a nice look. Like you can clearly see through it, see through the glass, and it just has that really nice satin finish to it. Heck yeah. Not bad at all. See that first S here? Oh, I thought it was sticking. I'm just going to position that back into place. And probably give it a good hit of the heat gun, but that was just about stuck as well. I have a few more little water bubbles underneath here. And like I said, this is the time to get all that out. Yeah, it looks like sometimes when you're going along the edge here, your squeegee might just cut right through the vinyl. And in all honesty, that's okay. I mean, it's actually not a bad cut. And it saves you the work from having to do it with your razor. Usually after a couple passes, it might start just cutting itself with your squeegee. Like I said, that's okay. Heck yeah. That came out just right. Okay, let's go ahead and start trimming. So I've already broken one of the blades off the end. If you've been using this a few times now, it's a good idea to do. I'm gonna try and do this that I'm not in the camera, but I'm gonna start around the center. It looks like I said, yes, the squeegee had already started this cut. I'm just gonna run my blade carefully. This is hard with my hand at this angle. Okay, I'm not looking to mess this up, so carefully run it along your gasket, your windshield gasket, seal, whatever. Oh yeah, and just straight down. That's a clean cut, baby. What's up? Stupid. I'm gonna bring you over to this side, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. I'm gonna go ahead, put my blade where that squeegee poked through, just run it slowly along. And this is in contact with the glass. Don't run it along the gasket of your car. You don't want to cut that rubber molding. This will just be on the glass and it won't scratch your glass. If it does, it's not in a spot that you'll ever see it. That's it. Start pulling that up. Be careful with pulling it up now, because you might have missed the spot. If you're running your blade across, you might just so happen to miss a cut. I'm gonna go ahead and just run my rag along the edge, catching any water that comes out, basically squeegeeing it up as it comes. Giggity. And follow me to the other side, where I will pull the rest off. You know, I wouldn't have minded the text being a little bit smaller on this banner. I think I had to stretch it, or I decided to stretch it a bit, but it doesn't look bad at all. Awesome. That was a perfect cut. Install is good. There's no sand or dirt under the vinyl. That's always my biggest concern, because that's what I did last time and it didn't look good. But, oh yeah. Just taking up any water along with this. That's perfect. Awesome. All right. All right. There was a little something on the side here, but that's okay. So, would y'all like to see inside the car? So let me show you how it looks from the inside. This is the point. Okay. So you look up. And this is basically the view from the inside. As it doesn't want to display anything. I've also got my Broadway mirror in here as well. Let me tell you what, this thing, if you haven't seen one of these yet, I offer them on my website. Real Broadway mirror. They're great. They give you so much light. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. This is all set. Heck yeah. That's what's up. All right, let's do an outro. Hey! It's finally installed. I've been waiting too long to have this banner on the car. In all honesty, I'm kind of glad we had an issue today. You know, issues come up. Like, vinyl isn't always just going to be a perfect install. I can sit here and make it look easy all day, but what happens when you're at home and you have an issue? Well, my issue today was I clay barred the windshield, making it just super slick, and it didn't really want to stick. That's okay. There's ways to fix it. And if you do have issues like this at home, like, it is, of course, installation error. It's user error. Like, there's no way around that. However, I do provide a 50% discount for a recut if the issue is not on me. It happens. I mean, shoot, you could be doing this outside, a big gust of wind comes along, blows one side over, it folds over on itself, and you're ended up with just a big old ball of wrinkled up vinyl. You don't want that. I don't want that. I'm always here to help you fix it. But the graphic is on, and this is how you install a one-color die-cut banner. Basically, this is also how you install a backing banner without text, and then you will follow up with the additional overlay text for the two-color banner to do the same. But that will be a whole nother video later. I hope you really enjoyed this graphic installation video today. This is what I do, you know. If you have any more any requests for videos like this on how to install graphics, I've got quite a few up on the channel, but I'm always down to make more. In fact, I definitely plan on doing plenty more. But yeah, my name's Scott. I run Spinnywhoosh. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be plenty more to come. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Looks like the algorithm is working out pretty good so far on the old YouTube channel, so I've been enjoying these so far. Yeah. Until next time, see you later.